Boom, monkeys. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. I'm glad to be here on this freaking Friday morning. We got a couple of coins to cover. As you guys saw in the thumbnail, the coins we're going to cover today is, of course, Bitcoin. We got to do a little bit of Illuvium, Dot, Jewel, a little bit of Crow, some Pulse Chain, and some Fame. I think these are interesting tokens. Some of them are still at a great value. We're gonna see which way freaking doggone Bitcoin's heading, and which way it could end up going on its 60-day cycle, if anything. If it hasn't started a new cycle, we'll find out soon enough. We're also gonna cover the fragrance of the day and the memes. But first and foremost, let's give a shout out to the first moon ganger in the chat, Mr. Smooth Brain. Bring it on. Hey, you damn well straight we will, man. You damn straight we will, man. Freaking now let us move on to the freaking memes, son. We've got some good shit inbound, and let's hit this shit up, man. Let's hit this shit up. Let's see what we got, homie. Let me verify this. All right. This is the first meme of the day, and this is having to deal with the freaking IRS, if anything. Let's play the sucker.
What was? No, I saw you put something in your pocket. What was that? What did you put in there? What was it that was in your pocket, though? Because it seemed interesting. It seemed like really interesting. What was? No, I saw you put.
I will not stop talking about the freaking IRS, bro. If there's one company or there's one organization I freaking hate, it's the IRS. Now, I know some of you monkeys have been through this shit before. This one's pretty damn hilarious. It's an oldie, but nevertheless a goodie. Let's hit the sucker up.
You never helped, and I'm expecting you ever. Really?
Fall back!
You never helped, and I'm expecting you ever. Really?
Fall back! Oh my gosh, bro. When you're dealing with a freaking nonstop nagging, if anything, man. Yeah, bro. No Money Mike, soon gonna be freaking a lot of money, Mike. Best morning streamer, hands down. Hey, appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it, dude. I wish I could bring this shit to you cats in the morning and in the freaking evening, if anything, bro. But of course, there is time constraints. Sometimes because I have to work late, bro. I wake up later on in the day and I come to find out freaking Phantom's done like a freaking 30% run. Dude, it sucks fucking waking up fucking late in the afternoon, bro, after working all freaking night, dude, sometimes, and seeing how the market's trending, bro. Now, the other day, I was going to do a stream with Mr. Twinksters. Shout out to him. I think he's going to be in the chat a little bit later on today, bro. And we were talking about certain incidents that had occurred to us. I think he had mentioned that he had struck a deer or something like that. Well, that same day that he was having problems with deer, guess what I ended up killing? Yep, a freaking rattlesnake, man. I ended up popping a freaking rattlesnake, dude. Man, it was at nighttime, so I didn't really want to get on the grass too much, so I pumped that freaking rattlesnake with about 40 freaking rounds, dude. Now, mind you, here in the state of Texas, that is completely justified, especially if a wild animal is trying to attack you, and it will, or your pets, and it was trying to attack one of my dogs. So I went ahead and I lit that rattlesnake up, man. I wish I had the photo I could share with you cats. Maybe I'll load it up to Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, do me a favor, monkeys. Give this video a like. I see 11 people in here. I should be getting 11 likes. Subscribe to my channel because that motivates me to keep giving you guys alpha. And if you guys got alpha, you guys can make better decisions in the market, mind you, even though this is only for educational purposes, not financial advice. Also, give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram. And give me a like here on YouTube. Also, give me a subscribe here on YouTube, man, because that motivates me to drop some alpha on you cats. You know what I'm saying? We got my amigo here, the hardest working trucker in America. Good morning, Boogie. ¿Qué pasó, güey? ¿Qué estás haciendo? Did you get your cute taco yet? I bet you did, man. I bet you freaking did. You know what's funny? Speaking of breakfast, bro, even though this is breakfast with Boogie, bro, I try to eat only once a day. I do a lot of the intermittent fasting. So about 2 hours ago, I had my breakfast, and that'll be my last meal of the day till possibly freaking 4 a.m. again tomorrow, if anything, man. Fasting is important to me. It makes me feel great. It gives me the motivation and drive to keep dropping you cats some alpha. Not only that, man, I kick ass fucking playing chess, bro, when I'm fasting and stuff. I don't know what it is, dude. Something about it, bro. Something about it just gives you endless energy. You know what I'm saying? All right, cats. Enough of me freaking yapping my freaking mouth. Let's move on to the freaking coins of the day. Let's move on to freaking boring ass Bitcoin. I was talking to Twinksters the other day, or yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I was telling them how I think freaking Bitcoin's going to go and what may entail from it. Now, as you guys can see, Bitcoin's current value is $63,626. Now, people are wondering, let me turn this freaking bull market support band off. Now, people are wondering when the 60-day cycle on Bitcoin is going to end. Well, let me push this freaking marker all the way up over here on day 57, which was printed on Wednesday. Of course, today we are Friday, and that was 2 days ago. We got this bullish engulfing candle. Now, why is this bullish engulfing candle so important? Why is this giant ass blue candle so important? I mean, the day prior, we got a bearish engulfing candle. What does it matter? Because usually bullish engulfing candles indicate that there's a market reversal, which means that if we compromise this area that we have here, this little red arrow, which was on March 14th, if we go back up and we beat this area, it may be that the 60-day cycle is in. We cannot confirm that. And the 60-day cycle would officially be at 57 days. Now, if this freaking candle or the rest of the candles as the week progresses does not go below this freaking candle right here, then that means we're probably continuing in this 60-day cycle forward, and we may end up pushing up to 65 days. But I've got a gut feeling that if we push upwards and we beat this area right here, more than likely we are starting a new cycle, and that was the only dip we're going to get for the 60-day cycle. Now, mind you, what was the lowest portion of that dip? It took us straight down to the middle of this freaking box over here. So if I push this over, that will put us exactly at about this candle right here. And that value was at $60,889. Now, what did Charlie state last time? That it could be a possibility the area we were going to retrace to was going to be $60,000. And he may be right about that. Now, he also went on to state that it is in the realm of possibilities that we may come down here to about $54,000, which is a possibility. And I think one of the reasons he's using that argument is because we have the support box over here, or what I call a support box. Well, we went up to the upside. We oscillated sideways for a couple of days, approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost 12 or 13 days. We oscillated sideways before we went back up. This is a good area of freaking support. Now, let's activate our EMA ribbon. Let's see what the EMA ribbon entails. Look at that, son. Look at that shit. Now, why is that important? You're seeing a significant spread in the EMA ribbon. Now, you guys have heard me mention this multiple times before. Whenever you have a spread on that EMA ribbon, it entails that we're going to get volatility. So, and the EMA ribbon is also yellow on the top side, while the red portion is the downside, which is kind of bullish, if anything. And of course, in order for this freaking, in order for us to invalidate the fact that we are going to continue in the 60-day cycle, we would need to break below this freaking blue candle over here and look at all the support we have within the EMA ribbon, bro. It's kind of difficult to do that. So in the next couple of days, if we don't beat this area and we start pushing to the upside and we beat this area of about 70, what was this price point here? Exactly. If we beat the area of 73,794, we're probably going to continue to the upside, and it'll be the start of a new 60-day cycle. So we didn't get a lot of dip, but the dip we did get was good enough to buy a little. You know what I'm saying? And there was some coins which are here on the list. Well, Fame, of course. It dipped down pretty hard, and I took advantage of that shit. Now, let's look at this sucker on the weekly, man. But before we do that, you can see that the 50, the 100, and the 200 are way below our area of support that we do have within this box range and the EMA ribbon. Now, let's look at our Bollinger Bands. Lowest area we can travel to, or in the first immediate freaking standard deviation to the downside, would be in the range of about 61,553. That's still not enough to beat that freaking blue freaking bullish engulfing candle. So, I mean, what I'm getting off the bat, it may be that the 60-day cycle is in, but we cannot confirm that till we beat this freaking red arrow over here. And again, that price point is 73,794. If we go 1 penny above that, that probably means that the 60-day cycle is in, if anything. Now, let's move this sucker over to the weekly. Let's see how it looks on the freaking weekly, dog. Let's see this sucker on the weekly, son. I did prep a chart for you cats on the weekly for this, and I'm sure you guys have seen it plenty of times. Now, on the weekly, it could be that this Elliott wave would be right here. Of course, it doesn't look as pretty as I wanted it to, if anything. It'll be a little bit sharper, if anything. But you can see that Elliott wave was right there, man. It hit that spot. Now, mind you, I did have this Elliott wave more over on this side, but that doesn't really mean shit because on the weekly, dude, we did hit this white line here, and that could be the fourth portion of the Elliott wave before we jump back up and go into price discovery to see even if we make a corrective wave. This corrective wave may not even play out for the reason being that doggone we have the Bitcoin halving inbound in a couple of freaking days, dude. Now, let me see if I can pull up that Bitcoin halving chart for you cats. I think Twinkster, shout out to Angry Twinkie, he had fucking sent me that data, and I wanted to show it to you monkeys. I mean, here it is. Boom. Pull this sucker up. Close my motherfrickin' Twitter. Check this shit out. Now, according to this, the Bitcoin halving is inbound, and it's less than a month away. We've got 27 days, 10 hours, 26 minutes, and 38 seconds. Of course, I'm not going to count the milliseconds. So it may be that the dip is in, we'll run to the upside, maybe dip a little bit more. And if the next dip we do get will probably not be as volatile to the downside of anything. Now, of course, you cats have been noticing that the Feds or Jerome Powell has been flooding the shit out of freaking Ethereum. He's been flooding the shit out of Ethereum. And I had forgotten a certain element about that. He was saying that he was considering making it into a security. But I remembered that it's kind of difficult to make Ethereum into a security, especially if you have a futures ETF approved on it. If you've got a futures ETF approved on it, and I'm saying, if you got the futures ETF approved on it, how the hell can you count that shit as a security? You've already approved an ETF on the sucker, if anything. Now, this does not guarantee that we're going to get a freaking Ethereum ETF, spot ETF, but nevertheless, that probably means that it's not going to be labeled as security. And he's probably doing that shit and saying that shit so he can help out his homies in the bigger corporations so they can buy up Ethereum cheap. Because majority of the normies are going to want, majority of the normies are going to believe the FUD, and the price of Ethereum is going to drop. And guess what's going to happen? The big institutions are going to come pick it up. That may be one dip that is coming inbound. But I think a lot of the crypto veterans know that that's a bunch of BS. And of course, for us cats, we know it's an opportunity to buy more freaking ETH, if anything. Now, the badass thing about it, if ETH rallies pretty damn hard, that entails that freaking Pulse chain is probably going to end up rallying as hard with it as well. You know what I'm saying? Because the value is going to end up going up. Now, let's go back to the weekly chart on that freaking Bitcoin chart I was showing you. So it may be that the fourth Elliott wave cycle is in right here, and 5 would be a price discovery. Now, I think Charlie has it set up in a different type of way. I think he's got an extended wave to the upside with a 5 wave. Of course, I don't agree with Charlie on everything, even though he did teach me everything I know about freaking doggone technical analysis. Guy's a genius. You know what I'm saying? But I like to keep things a little bit more freaking textbook. Now, mind you, the market's not always textbook, and that's why I'm keeping it textbook. For the reason being, because that's the way I learned. Unless I see otherwise as to why to change it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It may be that it runs all the way up to the upside, and then we freaking retrace a little bit for that Ethereum FUD that's inbound. You know what I'm saying? If we activate the EMA ribbon on the weekly, you could see that, dude, support is way, way down here. So I don't think we'll run down this hard. Now, let's say Bitcoin does continue dumping. We could possibly revisit this area of about 52,909. You know what I mean? Before we continue rallying to the upside. That is a possibility if the ETH FUD comes in strong. You know what I mean? But only time will tell. Now, on the Bollinger Band, I'm not expecting a lot of freaking volatility on this sucker. We did break out of one standard deviation. Let me see. We did go up We hit this freaking second standard deviation. Now we retrace back down. Now the 20-day moving average is here in the middle, and that would be a price point of about 47,585. Can we come down that low? It is a possibility. We would need some major FUD, a lot of FUD, to end up pulling that off, but it is a possibility. Of course, it's not guaranteed that that's going to end up happening. You know what I'm saying? So give me a second, cats. It's getting a little bit freaking warm in here. Let me turn up the AC. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second, amigos. I'll be right back. So I'm back, monkeys. Let's go over to the chat. Let's see what the chat's entailing. We got my homie here, Mate Seuss, fucking showing off his muscles. And then we got Brainy Bots TV. Count the milliseconds for us. Yeah, right, homie. That'd be freaking hilarious, dude. And then we got my amigo, Karn. Hey, caught alive. Hey, man. Glad to have you here. Karn, you've been rocking that doggone Magic Cat for freaking a long ass freaking time. And I think ever since I freaking known you or seen you in the freaking Moon Gang chats, bro. You a big time freaking Magic Cat collector or something? Or is that just your number one Magic Cat? Me, I've only got one freaking Magic Cat, dude. I could have bought another one, dude. And I remember the damn Magic Cats were maybe what? $120, $100. I think some of the floor was 80 during the bottom of the fucking bear run. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I could have bought more, but I was way too concentrated on freaking Pulse Chain. And I was way too concentrated on freaking PulseX and freaking Illuvium and shit like that, dude. I never got around to buying more freaking Magic Cats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, got it in at Q4 2021. Yeah, homie. That's what I'm talking about, dog. That's what I'm talking about, man. Now, let's go on to the next coin that I do want to cover. And I think this coin is at a great value. Let me see. Pull the sucker up. And that is Crow. Crow's value is at about 13 cents, give or take. And as you guys can tell, as far as the moving averages go, the closest one that we do have to Crow is down here at about 11 cents. But on this Fibonacci retracement, we also have the support area of about 12 cents. I think right now would be a good time to get some Crow. You can use Crow to cultivate some of your freaking bags. The highest portion we ever got to on Crow that I remember correctly on the crypto.com website was approximately 98 cents. Last bull cycle, I'd gotten a good amount of CRO, and it played out well for me, man. It played out really well for me. And I actually got it at a higher value than we're at now. I got it at about 16 cents. Currently, it's at about 13.27, dude. So the value's not that bad. Now, what we're looking at here, man, is the VRVP. And this entails that we have a shitload of support here at about 11 cents. And then completely to the upside, not much support, not a much resistance or support at all, which means we can run pretty hard, pretty fast. Now, the area we would need to compromise would be about 18 cents, and we would need to hold that for about a week before we could continue rallying to the upside, if anything. You know what I mean? Now, this is on the daily. Let's see how it's doing on the freaking EMA ribbon, and you can tell that we're probably going to get a clear bounce to the upside, because it's going to take a lot of force for us to come down and beat this freaking bullish engulfing candle to the downside, man. Now, would I freaking buy Crow on the crypto.com website? My answer is no. I haven't used the crypto.com website in a long time, and the reason I stopped using it was because the fees were too damn expensive. I would rather get CRO on Coinbase, and I would freaking send it off. If it's an ERC20, of course, I'm not holding any right now. I would send it off to my MetaMask afterwards, depending on how much it is. If it's $50, $30, whatever, man, I would leave it on the Coinbase app. But the fees are a little bit expensive on the crypto.com website. And the crypto.com website at times will get stupid with you, man. Let's say Crow's pumping really hard, bro. They'll only let you sell like freaking $150, $200 at a time, bro. So food for freaking thought, dude. It's better to freaking have it on DeFi where you can swap it out on Uniswap, especially if you got an ERC20 version of it. And you can immediately trade it for freaking USDC or DAI if you want to. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought, monkeys. Now, let's see what the sucker looks like on the fucking weekly, man. As far as Crow goes on the weekly, you can tell that the EMA ribbon has turned yellow to the upside, so that's a good freaking sign. On the VPVR, everything looks pretty much the same. Now, we've also got this 200 EMA right here, and that's acting as an immediate area of support for where we're at. Now, if we turn off this 100-day moving average and I turn off this freaking EMA ribbon, things look a little bit clearer. Let me see if I can shut this sucker off. All these little deets off. Let me see if I can turn this off so we can get a clear view as to how freaking Crow is doing, man. I got this sucker on logarithmic. Yep. So next area we do have to beat on Crow, major resistance would be here about 18 cents. And then once we compromise this area of about 20 cents, there's really nothing stopping us from running all the way up over here to about 49 cents. And then, of course, we would try to make the top again of about 94 cents. On the Crypto.com website, we had it at about 98. Here it's showing all the way up to about 95. And that's because I'm using the OKX exchange for the deets and what prices they had it at. And, of course, it's paired with Tether, if anything. Nevertheless, this is still good data, and the information here is pretty good. Now, for you cats that don't want a position in Crow, but you find that everything else in the market has pumped. Let me go ahead and take off this freaking screen right here. And you've noticed that everything else in the market has pumped, and it has rallied pretty damn hard. So you don't know what to get in because everything's in a freaking green candle. Crow would be an excellent freaking coin to use to cultivate your freaking other crypto bags, if anything. One of my homies, his name's Brian. This cat ended up freaking, of course, he was disappointed with how EHEX went after freaking Richard Hart took a dump on it. He's like, dude, what do I do, man? I mean, my EHEX is starting to become freaking valueless and half of it's staked out. What do I do with my remaining portion? I told him, this is not financial advice, bro. One of the options you can use it for is you can use it to cultivate your other crypto bags. He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, what you can do, you can swap it out for ETH, send it over to freaking Coinbase, and then over there convert it over into AVAX and hold on to AVAX. AVAX hadn't rallied yet. Now, mind you, he doesn't have a big position on AVAX. Within like 3 or 4 hours, man, AVAX rallied pretty freaking hard, bro. And his bag started pumping again. And he's going to use that AVAX bag because AVAX hadn't moved yet to cultivate his other cryptos like Pulse Chain, PHEX, and PulseX. You know what I mean? And maybe even get a little bit of Illuvium on that shit. So food for thought, monkeys. You can pretty much apply the same play when it comes to Crow. Now, everything that I'm telling you, cats, is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes and what I would do in those situations, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So Crow is a great option. I think the coin's going to do really good. It proved itself to the last bear market. And I think it's probably going to go up to way more than $1, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't want to make any coin predictions on it because I haven't really dove into it as of late and got into a deep dive on it. But I do know it's holding up pretty strong. Now, mind you, if you do get some of the Crypto.com debit cards, and you would have to buy Crow on their exchange, and you would have to stake that Crow, and you would qualify for some of their debit cards. I think you get free Netflix, and every purchase that you make, you get paid back 3%, 4% in Crow or something of that nature. But depending how high of a tier you get, they'll give you an iPhone, they'll give you a freaking iWatch, and I think if you get like the extreme package on Crow, you can even get the laptop, bro. But mind you, that Crow that you do buy, which is like I think $5,000 worth, you have to stake it for about 4 or 5 months. You know what I mean? And I don't know how much yield you get from it, but I had that battle plan last time that I was on it, bro, and it served me well. You know what I'm saying? It did serve me well, if anything. So food for thought, cats. Crow is a great option, and if I hadn't already packed all my other crypto bags, that'd be one of the crypto bags I would be packing, if anything. You know what I mean? All right, let's move on. Let's see what else we got here, man. Let's see what else we got, dog. Now, another token that has not moved a lot, which is part of the GameFi sector, is freaking Jewel. Jewel's current value is exactly at 22 cents, and it's still within this freaking box range right here, man. It still hasn't broken out. The highest point that we did get to recently was approximately 83 cents. Then we ended up dumping to the downside. We shot up again to about 77 cents. And I've got no doubts, unless something bad's going on with the team over there at DeFi Kingdoms. And I don't think anything is, man, because if we would, we'd probably break below this freaking box. And I think every Thursday, if you type in DeFi Kingdoms on YouTube, they have an AMA as to how the team's moving and what they're doing. I do know that their Crystal Veil expansion pack is on the AVAX side of the crypto space. And then if you move over to Serendale, the original expansion pack or the original game, that sucker was on Clayton, which is a Korean chain. I think AVAX is I don't know which country of origin AVAX is from, but it is a pretty reliable chain. So if it does pump to the upside, man, you could make a lot of value. For you cats that don't know and are new to the freaking crypto space and are freaking newbies here, this is one of the coins that can pump you to the upside. But mind you, do not put all your bag in this shit. This shit is freaking volatile, and you can end up getting wrecked. So do your own research before you end up aping into any of these coins. And again, this is not financial advice, monkeys. Let's put the sucker on the weekly, man. Let's see what the high point on freaking what we got here, man. Control Z. Now, the high point that I have recorded here is about $46, bro, on Jewel. Can it run up that strong? I would say it would at least get up over here to $13, man. It has that capability and that possibility to run up that strong, man, on the weekly. Let's put it back on the daily, and let's see how it's doing with the EMA ribbon. I'm assuming that it's below the EMA ribbon. And, yep, we are slightly below it. Now, one badass thing about this, though, is that the EMA ribbon is yellow to the top side, which entails that it's probably going to continue oscillating upwards. Now, we do have this 200-day moving average acting as an area of resistance. And, of course, we want this sucker to open up a little bit more so we can end up rallying up. As far as the Bollinger Bands goes on this bad boy, we still got plenty of room to travel up over here to compromise our 28-day moving average, which is at 28 cents. Now, a lot of you monkeys are probably wondering how to even get DeFi Kingdoms. Let me see if I can get that webpage for you cats. Let me see. Let us see. I think I got it here, man. Yada, 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 yada. Because I know you cats are going to be wondering about this shit. So what's going to end up happening with DeFi Kingdoms and how to get it. DeFi Kingdom, son. Yeah, no, I got a fucking loud ass freaking keyboard, if anything, man. You know what I'm saying? Almost have it. Here you go. Let me share this with you cats. And I'm looking for the on-ramp so you monkeys can end up fucking getting some DeFi Kingdoms. Info, play. Let's see. Here you go. Buy Jewel. Boom. There you go. Here you go. Let me share this with you monkeys. And if you come up over here to DeFiKingdoms.com, Web3, hashtag buy Jewel, it lets you utilize a credit card. So you can end up buying a little bit of freaking Jewel and hopping into the game. Now, the badass thing about this is that MetaMask does support this because it does work with freaking the Clayton network and also works with AVAX. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this information here in the chat. That way you monkeys can go ahead and freaking utilize it. You know what I'm saying? And you can make your dinero. Mind you, this is not financial advice. And make sure you eat your freaking vegetables. I know I sound like your damn mom telling you to eat your freaking vegetables. And what I mean by that, make sure half of your portfolio is Ethereum or Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You want that shit to stabilize your portfolio. The last thing I want to hear, oh, Boogie told me to buy a bunch of freaking Jewel, dude. Now Jewel got freaking wrecked and my freaking portfolio is at zero. That guy gives financial advice. Bullshit. Nah, negative. No, sir. Negative, man. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself some freaking Ethereum, especially that Ethereum's on a pullback right now. And if we end up getting more of a pullback, you need to buy a lot. Well, this is not financial advice. I would buy a lot more of freaking Ethereum because that shit stabilizes your portfolio. And if shit gets freaking wrecked, you won't freaking feel so freaking bad about freaking the value, half of the value of your portfolio going down. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not really going to hit up a lot of ETH today, but I do want to see what the value is at, and I'll tell you, cats, where it's at right now. Mind you, I was a big advocate for ETH at about freaking $2,200. ETH's value right now is at $3,300, man. That is a badass freaking value. Now, if we end up pulling freaking back because of the freaking FUD, we could possibly go down to about $3,000. But anything under $4,000 as far as Ethereum goes is probably a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Now, here is the deets on that shit. If you guys want to get some Jewel, you can utilize that link right there. Now, again, I will say this a million times if I have to. Make sure you eat your freaking vegetables and half of your portfolios back with Bitcoin or Ethereum before you ape into any altcoins. You know what I'm saying? And then we got my amigo here, large and in charge. Smash the like button, monkeys, damn straight. Make sure you guys like this video. I see 34 people here in the freaking chat. Give this video a like, man. Push the algorithm up so I can freaking so this motivates me to keep freaking making videos for you monkeys. You know what I'm saying? And then we got my other amigo here, Mechanics. Darn, I'm late. What's good, guys? Hey, what's up, man? You missed that data, man, that I dropped on freaking Crow and how you can use Crow to freaking cultivate the rest of your crypto bags, Mechanics. So make sure you follow back on this video, bro, and you check that out, bro. And Crow's not at a bad value. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't that late. You know what I'm saying? We got my amigo here, Paul Sachs. Get these amigo. What's up, man? All right. Now that we covered freaking Jewel, what else are we gonna cover, man? Let's go over to some DOT. Let's do. You know what? Yeah, let's do some DOT. See what DOT entails, man. Haven't seen this chart in a while. All right, DOT's. Oh wow, look at that shit, son. I had drawn up this freaking Elliott wave patterns on freaking DOT and ended up playing out perfect, bro. Look at that shit, son. So now, where is DOT right now? DOT right now is at a value of about $8.82. Now, let's turn on this EMA ribbon on the daily. DOT is at the bottom portion of the EMA ribbon. It may freaking end up bouncing back up. And it may be that we are at the end of our 20-day cycle. Of course, we saw this freaking wick down here to the downside. And if I grab this measuring tool and I push this out to about 14 days, that would put us at about April 3rd, give or take. You know what I'm saying? That may be the next time we end up getting a significant dip, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Or possibly over here to 21 days, it would be about Wednesday, April 10th. That may be the next time frame where we may end up getting a significant dip. Now, you guys did notice here on DOT that DOT did go below this freaking green line of support. And I had this green line of support at here, the top portion of the third freaking Elliott wave, if anything. You know what I'm saying? We did break below that. Now, if we were to break down lower, we would probably stop here at about 860 ballpark. DOT is an interesting coin because it is a layer zero. Unfortunately, I didn't get much DOT. I know my homie freaking Moonpill Rational Optics. He's a big time DOT freaking fanboy and shit like that. And I mean, the guy that runs DOT, I keep forgetting his name all the damn time, bro. Somebody help me out with his name, man. What's the guy that's running freaking this shit, bro? DOT. What's his name? Gavin Wood. Is it Gavin Wood? Yeah, I think it's Gavin Wood, bro. That's the name of that cat. And I know this monkey is cool with all the people that go to Davos. And you know, all the Davos people help each other out, man. So I'm expecting DOT to do really well this upcoming cycle, man. Now, last time, if we checked the highest value on DOT, we got a price point of about $55. I know Charlie, he's a big time freaking DOT guy. And him and Miguel would use their DOT along with Kusama to ratio trade between each other, man. So they would end up cultivating their bags a little bit more, and that may be a good option. Right now, DOT is at a decent price to get, man, in my opinion. And it does seem that we are starting a new 20-day cycle on this bad boy. So right now wouldn't be a bad time to DCA, if anything, if I had some extra dinero. And I had some room to fucking take care of more cryptos, this would be one of the cryptos I would get. Now, people ask me, what would you do, Cosmos or DOT? I would pick DOT because of Gavin Wood. because of the founder and because he was associated with Ethereum and because of his connections. Now, Cosmos, from my understanding, is also a very good project and also a very good layer 0. But I think DOT is probably where it's at, and DOT's a little bit more senior. Now, let's see how it's doing with the MACD. For you cats that don't know, MACD stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. And this entails that DOT right now is bearish and it wants to continue going to the downside. Now, for you guys that don't know this, if this blue line is above the red line, that means that we are bullish and we are in an uptrend. I'm sure you guys can see that on the chart. As these blue lines go up, so does the freaking the pattern of the candles or the trend of the candles. Give me a second, cats. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water. Sorry about that, monkeys. I had too much freaking caffeine. Yeah, I know, man. I'm a sucker for freaking McDonald's coffee, if anything. Now I sound like Batman. Know what I mean? All right, let's go back here, man. So that entails that we may be going to the downside. So whenever you see this blue line, that means that we're kind of bullish, but right now we're a little bit bearish. But just because you see this here does not mean that this candle is going to end up beating this freaking green candle here that ended up freaking wicking to about 849. You know what I'm saying? If anything, if you're doubtful, let's say you got let's say I had $100 and I wanted to DCA into DOT, I would probably put in about 50 right now. You know what I'm saying? And if it starts going up and it breaks past this freaking green line, I would then put the rest of my 50. That's the way I would do it. You know what I'm saying? Or I would keep my 50 right now. And if it keeps going to the downside and it breaks below this area of about 849, then I would throw in the rest of my 50. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I would do my DOT DCA. DOT is available on crypto.com. I don't know if it's available on Coinbase. Let me verify that for you monkeys. Of course, let's see, Coinbase. Let me check for you cats. I don't know if it's on there or not. I'm assuming it is. Polkadot. Yeah, you guys can get it on Coinbase as well. So it's on crypto.com and it's also on Coinbase. So those are two spots you can get this this coin, if anything. You know what I'm saying? I think DOT's going to do pretty damn well. Now, let's look at the chat. We got my amigo here, Brown310. Shout out to all you crayon eaters. Hey, yeah, man. Semper Fi, bro. Now, if you cats don't know, Brown's making a Marine joke, and I was in the Marine Corps, bro. And that's what they call us. They call us crayon eaters. We got the Ascending Man. Damn, I'm rich. Blame it on the boogie. Freaking Ascending Man, dude. Ascending Man. Dude, talk to Will, bro. Yeah, well, I mean, I could probably get a hold of Will, bro. Maybe you and Will with me, we can end up doing a stream sometime next week. I think that'd be pretty damn gangster. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got my amigo here, Brainy Bots TV. Brainy Bots, you know, this is the first time I've ever seen you here in my chat, man. First time I've ever seen you here in my chat. Give my video, give my freaking channel a subscribe, bro. Give my video a like, homie. Now, you're asking me Kusama or DOT. I would probably go with DOT. You know what I'm saying? I would go with DOT for the reason being that it's the OG coin and Kusama is the sister network. The primary one is DOT. You know what I'm saying? And I would end up ratio trading that sucker as both values end up pumping, dude. You can end up making a lot of bank. Now, Brainy Bots TV, I don't know if you're new to the crypto space or not. Your username doesn't sound like it's freaking like it's rather bootish of you, but you definitely got to follow DCC, Dollar Cost Crypto. He is a master of ratio trading, DOT and freaking Kusama, man. So food for thought. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now that we covered DOT, we covered freaking Jewel. You know what? Let's move on to the fun part, bro. The fragrance of the day. The thing that you guys have been waiting for, man. The thing you guys want to hear me talk about. Because I am a big-time freaking fragrance nut, along with a gun nut. But unfortunately, freaking YouTube doesn't let me showcase these freaking tools. Because that's all they are. So I got to do something else, like freaking fragrance and shit. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I own about 120 different fragrances. Yeah, I know, man. I'm a fragrance head. Thank you, Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? And the fragrance of the day today is Halloween Man. Now, this fragrance is more of an evening time fragrance. I want to recommend you wear this sucker in the high heat or when you enter the sauna or go to the gym, bro. Because, dude, it's way too freaking thick, bro. You'll choke people out with this bad boy, man. This is pretty affordable. You could probably get it for about 45 bucks. You know what? Let me go ahead and get the link for you cats. This is, let's see, let's go here, FragranceNet. FragranceNet is the best place to get freaking badass freaking prices on fragrance, man. And they always have freaking coupon. So FragranceNet is the place to go, son. Screw you, FragranceNet. So it's loading it up. So yeah, load up. Let me tell you guys about Halloween, man. What does it smell like, man? You do get a strong scent from this, with a little bit of coffee vanilla. People say it's very warm and spicy. I agree with that. It does smell nice. It is good for freaking date night, except don't wear this. It's really freaking hot, dude. I'm saying, let's say you're in Vegas, and I know freaking Vegas is pretty damn hot, or sometimes in Texas even gets pretty damn hot. I'm saying, if it's a cool night, go for it, man. Kill it. This is a pretty affordable fragrance. I bought it off FragranceNet, and I think we got a couple. They got the Halloween Man X, and they got just Halloween Man. But this is the original one. You know what I'm saying, and I don't know if you guys can tell. Let's see if I can show you cats. I'm trying to showcase the freaking bottle. Let's see, grab my moonbeam here so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Of course, I don't have the lighting for this shit. You know what I'm saying? See that sucker? Yeah, it's got like a fucking purple tint to it. You just can't see it because of the freaking lighting. And the juice is pretty damn dark. So just understand that, man, that if you're rocking this shit, it can choke people out, man. You know what I'm saying? How's the connection, cats? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can still hear me. Or if I'm still too fucking choppy, put a 2, man. See if I can fix this shit for you monkeys. You know what I'm saying? I hate it when this shit happens. Almost have it. You guys still got me? Again, put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Put a 2 in the chat if you can't. Fabulous, bro. Really choppy? Let's see if I can fix this shit. Give me 1 second, monkey. Let me see if I can fix this shit. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Test 1 2 3. All right, cats. I turned off all my Wi-Fi shit, so it seems like it's working now. You know what I'm saying?
Test 1 2 3.
Okay, there you go. How's that? So do me a favor, monkeys. I apologize about that. I've got 41 people watching. Give me a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, bro, and let me finish my damn fragrance review, man. Fucking shit. I apologize about that, man. How the hell could it freaking jam up on me in the best part of the freaking show, dude? You know what I'm saying? All right. This is what I want to show you, monkeys. Fucking Mickey Mouse bullshit, man. Now this starts happening. Here we go. Dude, this shit is affordable, son. Chinga tu madre. No mames, vato. Otra vez. All right. There you go. This is pretty damn affordable, man. $27 for this bad boy, man. So for you cats, I want to put in more dinero into the crypto space instead of throwing it on fragrance. You can get fucking one for $27.71, homie. You can't beat that, bro. And if you even want to be cheaper, bro, you can get the tester. That's $20.78. You just might not get the cap with this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So this is a great time evening fragrance. You know what I'm saying, especially for date night. This will do the job. You know what I mean? So there you go, man. There is my fucking chopped up and cutted fucking fragrance review of anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's move on to the next token, monkeys. And let's go over to Illuvium, son. All right, we got IOV here. Current value of IOV is about $123.66. Now, I did post this sucker on Twitter here. Let me show you cats what I had posted. Of course, I posted this sucker at freaking 3 a.m. Vamos a ver. Where the hell's it at, man? There it is. Here you go. Vamos a ver. I had posted this sucker on freaking Twitter, man. It said, bought me some IOV monkeys. It's at a fabulous price of $113. No, it may run down to one though, not financial advice, dude. So a couple days ago, I made sure I did more freaking IOV because I got a good feeling this damn token is going to do pretty damn well. And currently, IOV's value, see, again, I stated, we're at about $123 ballpark. This low, that's, oh my goodness, bro. Fucking shit. Gotta be fucking kidding me with this shit, man. Man. Yeah, I get it, cats. Hey, man, I want to apologize for you monkeys. It's unfortunate that I'm having these technical issues. I would like to continue the show. I'll probably try to do a stream tomorrow for you monkeys. If not, you're definitely going to see me here on Sunday with the tacos and kimchi show with Mr. Angry Twinkie Cats. Again, I apologize for technical difficulties, guys. I would like to continue the show, but unfortunately, this shit had to happen, man. Sorry about that. I will catch you monkeys on the flip side then, man. Peace.